Hi everybody, I'm Leah of seejanedrill. In today's video, I'm going to show you 4 quick tips that come by way of viewers' questions. They're going to be tips that are going to save you time. In some instances, they're going to save you money too. So let's get started. How often have you had to drill a hole in material, wood or plastic or whatever, and it had to be at a certain depth, and you didn't know how deep you were drilling? Well, here's a tip. You just mark your drill bit with a piece of tape, and what happens is once you reach the proper depth, the tape flags you, and you know when to stop. Now, our tip has been marked for 5/8 inch in depth. So there we go. It's at 5/8 inch in depth. Now this tip has to do with fasteners. I have a nut and a bolt here. I got the biggest ones I could find in the shop because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. A lot of times when you use nuts and bolts, the pieces vibrate loose. And so one way to ensure that your nut stays on that bolt is to use a product called threadlock. Okay, I'm going to take my threadlock here. I'm going to take my bolt and I'm going to apply it to the section where the nut is going to fasten to the bolt. Okay. Now what I want to tell you is they make different kinds of threadlock. This is not for permanent application. It's going to give me a little bit of a bite, but not so much a bite that I can't take the nut off the bolt if I need to. Now what I want to say is that you can get threadlock that permanently secures the nut to the bolt. In this case, we're just using the threadlock that we can take the bolt off if we need to. And all you have to do is paint the threads of the bolt with the threadlock and then assemble. Now what I want to tell you is it takes 20 minutes to set up and then 24 hours to completely cure. Okay, our next tip has to do with saving caulking material. And I got to tell you, no matter how many times I've tried to save caulking with a nail or a piece of coat hanger, it just never works out. So here's the tool that I found. This is called a caulk saver. Cost $1.90. That's what it costs me anyway. Now what you do is once you get finished using your caulk, if you've got like a fair amount left, you'll want to save it. You just insert it in as far as you can get it, okay? Of course, how large your opening is going to determine how far down the caulk saver goes. So don't be concerned if part of the caulk saver is sticking out. And then next time when you want to use the caulking, all you have to do is twist it off. Like so. Now our next tip has to do with old paint that's sitting around the garage or shop. In my case, the shop. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Leah, really? Did you paint something this color? And yes, I did. But I want to throw the can out, and before I can do that, well, I need to harden this paint. So they make something called waste paint hardener. This costs me under $2. And what it does is it hardens latex paint. It's pretty fast working, and it hardens up to 2/3 gallon. Plus, it's non-toxic, and that's really good. So let me show you how this works. So what we do is I took a paint stirrer, and I'm stirring it up, and I got to tell you, now that I'm stirring it, geez, that's a nice color. I want to keep it. Just kidding. You stir it up, and then you pour in the content of the waste paint hardener. And give it a minute to do its job. It's already starting to clump, as you can see. It's really fast acting. Wow, it's really getting to the point. It's been about 5 minutes, and it's really starting to harden, as you can see. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes, and if you notice, it's pretty hard. So what you want to do is before you take it to the trash receptacle, make certain that you don't put the lid on. Keep the lid off and just toss it. So those are the quick tips. Hopefully it's going to save you a little time and possibly a little money too. And as always, this is Leah saying you can do this. See you next time.